Alive and Well STL is a presentation of the St. Louis Regional Health Commission and Rare Gem Productions to build a healthier St. Louis. Power up with the positive. Learn more at oneraregem.com. That's ONERAREGEM.com. The Regional Health Commission works in partnership with regional health sector advocates and stakeholders to improve healthcare access, reduce health disparities, and improve health outcomes for the uninsured and the underinsured in St. Louis City and County.
Alive and Well, STL. An oasis for women from their stress-filled lives. A chance to show up and take some time to take care of themselves.
We also need to take a reprieve. Ask yourself, what did I do for myself physically today? What did I do for myself mentally today? And what did I do for myself spiritually? The whole concept of reprieve is to be still, cry out, and reach out to better be a better woman.
Right. A refreshing way to be alive and well in STL.
We'll be right back.
How do you bounce back when there's a challenge on every side? Try this. Talk to a friend. Reach out to somebody. We can deal with anything better if we have someone to help us through. Talk to your true self. Ask yourself, am I okay? Do I need more than what I'm working with right now? Pause. Take a minute to breathe and find out exactly what's going on with you. You've got to build your mind like you build your body. Your mental health, just as you would physical health. Find out what you can do. Take 5 and go to aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well, STL. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I am Jade Harrell. I'm the producer of Alive and Well, STL, and we are joined today by Culeta Hendricks of the Reprieve Wellness Center. Research shows that women are experiencing high levels of stress and anxiety. We are juggling more responsibility than ever, and many of us do not stop to check in or assess ourselves. We continue to go on until something stops us, or oftentimes something is not positive. Yes. And so today we're taking a walk in this beautiful, comforting, peaceful, refreshing environment called Reprieve. Culeta, thank you for joining us today. Your dedication to the women in our community through Reprieve Wellness Center is greatly admired and appreciated. How would you describe and define Reprieve as we're sitting here inside this lovely environment today?
Well, thank you. Actually, Jade, the word reprieve actually has several definitions, but one of the main definitions is to find deliverance for just a little while. Okay, and that's actually where the word reprieve, the name of the business or the organization derived from, reprieve. Just relax, take a break just for a little while. A lot of times we use the word reprieve, we think of imprisonment. People that are in prison, they get a reprieve.
Got it.
And it's the same with us that's outside of the prison's walls that has freedom. We also need to take a reprieve.
Sure.
And that's what it to escape from.
Now, we may need this, but what inspired you to provide this?
Actually, wow. I was going through my own personal journey. Okay. And it wasn't very positive at the time. And I needed a place to escape to. I didn't want to share my personal problems with my girlfriends. I didn't want to burden my parents or grandparents with it. I just needed a place to just get away. And at that time in my life, I used to go to the Christian bookstore. I don't know if you've ever been to any of the Christian bookstores, but they have where you can sit and read your Bible and your books before you. And that was so peaceful for me.
Right.
And I knew if I went there, I would engage in empowering conversations. I'm a talker. Okay. And that I would
like that. It's a talk program.
And that I would meet someone and it would take me out of the that feeling unhappiness or that feeling of inadequacy that I was feeling at that time in my life in my own home. So I would use it as a place to go to escape the Christian bookstore. And from there, when I did have to go back home, that same feeling would come back to me. Okay. And it's
which feeling? The feeling when you
inadequate, right? It would come back because I kept putting myself back into the same environment. Okay. Right. Not knowing how to escape at that time. Okay. So what I would do, I would sit in my recliner. And I would just start doodling. And I'm a Christian woman, and everything I believe is God-centered and God-based. And I honestly believe God put reprieve in my head. It went from my head to my heart to a burning sensation in my soul.
Sure.
So, and I just kind of start doodling of this place that women could go or I could go that would be something like that a Christian bookstore, but on a larger scale. And what were they offering? What would we get there? And that's how Reprieve kind of came to pass.
Sure.
It was through my own personal experiences.
Well, it's very exciting to be here on location to experience it firsthand. And for our listeners, I'd love to paint a picture of what we are experiencing here today.
Please.
Can you take us on an audio tour similar to what we had earlier?
Sure.
Of as we enter the door. And I'll start with the amazing aroma of scented candles and the refreshing feel of cool air and being able to take off my shoes.
Thank you.
Those first things immediately changed my state of being.
Thank you.
And I believe that's by design.
That is by design. If any of your viewers come by Reprieve, and I hope they do, as soon as you come in, we want you to receive and feel that feeling of relaxation. That's far most important to us here at Reprieve.
Sure.
Yes, it is.
So we come through the door.
Yes.
And you have designed this to be an experience. Tell us about the experience as we come in.
Okay, as you come into Reprieve, as you say, we have what we call our I don't want to use the word holding area, but this is our reception area to receive, okay? And once you walk into Reprieve, we want you to feel that feeling of relaxation, like you have extended from one place to the other. First of all, if you don't mind backing up, we have stairs for one of it. We have stairs, and most of us are in hustle and bustle when we get to Reprieve. So once you're up the stairs, we want you to walk into Reprieve and just relax, and we hope that's what you receive when you walk in. And then as we continue into Reprieve, we have what we call a low-impact exercise room, okay? And it's so important that we're not a gym and we're not a spa. We try to focus on the inner beauty of a woman, okay? Not the hair or the nails or the outer appearance, but that inner person that makes us strong. So we have incorporated a small exercise room, which again, we are physical, mentally, and spiritual beings, okay? And we have to address all of these all the time, okay? So if ladies can get some type of exercise, we have a small treadmill to get some type of exercise. If you can just walk.
Sure.
You don't have to run on the treadmill. You leave your desk, you go home and you sit on the couch. Well, your adrenaline, your blood, we need to get ourselves alive, alive and well. Once you get to Reprieve, we would like for you to get some type of exercise while you're here. And we also have you can watch a movie while you're in there, so it takes away from the time that you're sitting there. It's like, okay, I've been on this treadmill.
So even if that might be stressful, you're addressing stress at every level.
At every level,
so
yes.
even if the walking will take the stress off of that. The stairs, we took the stress off when you came in the door.
Yes, exactly.
Moving takes the stress off of your body and your day.
It does.
So all of these things are incorporated and share the alive and well theme and mission that there are so many ways that you can help reduce stress.
Yes.
But it's so critical that you do utilize the ways to reduce stress.
It's right. It's us showing up to take care of ourselves.
How about that?
That is so important.
What is the importance of that? Why is that so important that you've discovered?
Because our bodies are just like a well-oiled machine. We have to take care of it, okay? And people are living longer. You know, I always want to be able, it's so important. I don't ever want to be able to get up out of a chair and have to, I want to always be able to get up out of a chair. I don't want to have strain getting up out of a chair. And if we don't use our muscles and our limbs, what happens?
Atrophy.
Right, exactly. So that's so important. Just staying physically fit and alive. I can't say that enough. A lot of us, I believe, our lifestyles, you know, we deteriorate our own bodies. We deteriorate our own minds. So we have to always eating those things. Ask yourself, what did I do for myself physically today? What did I do for myself mentally today? And what did I do for myself spiritually today?
Several parts of that, but including the what did I do for myself?
Yes.
And that sounds like that's at the core of what we're doing here, because many times we don't. So after movement, there's more to discover. What happens next?
Okay, and then of course we have our office, where I like to say the brains of the operation is. We have an office. This also can be used by some of the clients if they like to, if they want to surf the internet or anything like that. But we also have, and then we come into another relaxing mode, okay? You come in, and here at Reprieve, we do have a no-shoe policy once you're in, okay? We believe here at Reprieve that once you take off your shoes, you become into another relaxation mode, okay? Let's take the worry of the world off the bottom of our feet, because you're here to relax, okay? So the ladies, they'll come in, they'll put on their footies, and they really relax at that time. From there, we have what we call our prayer room. Okay?
A prayer room.
We have a prayer room. And thanks to the movie War Room. When that came out, I immediately added that to the door. So we do have a prayer room / war room here at Reprieve. It has helped so many women to focus on that inner person, their inner God.
Their spiritual
wellness is so important. It's very intimate in there. And it's just a place for you to settle that mind. It's just so important because we're always moving.
We are.
All the time.
But you're addressing many components. So we've talked about physical health. We've talked about emotional health. And now we've talked about spiritual wellness here.
Yes.
And then it doesn't stop.
No.
And I do actually appreciate that you added the war room piece, because prayer could be a time of meditation or hopefulness or projection for things that may be to come.
Yes.
But when you add the war room component, what I sense is that we could be in something and dealing in an area that's really tough right now.
Exactly.
And feeling that we're at war.
Exactly.
And we know our scriptures say that we're not just dealing with flesh and blood.
No, we're not.
So we can take that on too. And so from the prayer room, the war room, we can then enter into this other area that then allows us to connect with other women.
Yes. That what we have here is what we call our multimedia room. Okay. It serves for several purposes as well. Okay. But we hold women empowerment group meetings in here. Oh. Women actually come. We have sessions that they come and they embrace one another and they share these things. This place is very sacred. What goes on here stays here. This is the place to be very transparent. And we host meetings in here where women can come and talk about these things. Also, in between that, maybe you just want to watch a movie. Maybe you want to just, the whole concept of Reprieve is to be still, cry out, and reach out to better be a better woman.
Right.
And that's what we do. We host several meetings in there. Empowerment group meetings, book signings. We have a lot of well-known authors here in St. Louis. They've come up here to share their books, and it's all about women empowerment, connecting. We think a lot of us, she looks well. But when we get intimately involved with one another, we grow from each other's strength.
Sure.
Because that same woman that looks to have it all together, she has some things too that she needs to discuss and share, and that she can build on. We can help her build on.
Very vital.
Yes.
As we passed through there and you talked about authors, there's an area full of reading material and great comfortable chairs.
Thank you.
To sit back, relax, and then engage our minds. Tell us a little bit more about that space.
Okay, that is what we call our reading room. All the novels in there are to be catered toward, if you will, again, to feed that spiritual side. Okay. Every book in there I've read myself. Okay. And those are some of the books that I used to get me through some of my journeys. They were always comforting. So now we have a library here for Reprieve. So if you're trying to, again, I can't emphasize enough that I am Christian. Even if you don't have time to read your Bible, you can read your Bible at Reprieve. We have all kind of books, empowering books, again, to feed your spirit, your spiritual side. That is so important. When I say spiritual side, I really mean spiritual side, because that's who we are.
At the core.
At the core. And we have to feed it.
And finally, we have a place that is extremely inviting with the massage table, a foot bath, and towels and warmth. That's got to be the epitome of this space. Tell me about the other final area we're talking about.
Jay, that place is another sacred place here at Reprieve. Again, it's another stopping ground.
Right.
Okay. Again, and it may sound like I'm repeating myself, but the whole concept of Reprieve is to stop and regroup.
Let me just say this, Culeta, is that it's important that you're repeating it.
Thank you.
Because it's clearly something we're missing.
Yes.
I was going to go through a line of call and answer, because one of the things is I know that we will not give ourselves permission. We will not find the time. We will not let it go and allow somebody to help and care for us. We will internalize. We will knot up. There's so many things that we do automatically that you repeating it is very critical in us getting a new awareness, regrouping, and understanding that a reprieve is absolutely necessary. And here you are located.
Yes.
That address is in an area that is stressful. We're in the heart of St. Louis, in a very tense region, which is why Alive and Well exists right now.
Exactly.
And here you are located here. All of these things address so many points that create the idea, or that address the idea of balance.
Yes.
I can be level 10 in one space and -2 in another. And it will throw off the whole system, because we are made up of all of these components.
And it's that balance. We have to have balance in all that we do. And the massage area, which makes ours a little different from the average spa, because we're not a spa and we're not a gym, is that once the lady gets to her, we give relaxation massages. They're done on a volunteer basis. We have a masseuse that comes in on a volunteer basis, and they're called relaxation massages, okay? And the lady can get a 30-minute relaxation massage. And the thing about that is she doesn't have to get up as soon as the massage is over.
Oh my.
And that's where the experience really starts. When you can lay there and take in what really just happened to you. You can relax. A lot of times it's over, you have to get up. But here we want you to enjoy. Take a nap if you need to, because the important, that core of taking care of yourself. And that's what we have, 30-minute relaxation massages at Reprieve.
So in order to have this for myself or oneself or any woman for that matter, because we all experience stress and a sense of balance in different ways, how do I, one, connect with this and fully engage for my benefit, but two, actually be able to take it in and realize what just happened here at Reprieve?
Oh my, that's beautiful. Well,
maybe even you could describe what someone is like, or we can even speak to someone who's been here when they've come through.
That would be great. And I do have a client in the house, and I have another client that just walked. She's going to be a prospective client. I have a young lady that's in college right now, and she's looking to pursue a nonprofit in that area. So Reprieve, again, has been a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
How did she find you?
The lady, one of the clients, actually, she works in this building. She works in the building. And of course, me being who I am, again, I talk to everybody. I was hi. She's a lady. I'm always addressing my sisters, okay? Any lady. And I invited her up one day, and she came up to see what Reprieve was all about. And she's been coming back ever since.
And have they put out a missing persons report?
Not yet. It's so funny because her mom comes too. So that's great.
I was just thinking, how will I ever go back home?
Yes.
But then if I couldn't take a vacation, or this could be, again, just carving out a very sacred, important space. Just in the short time here, I do feel like I've had a chance to rebuild.
Thank you.
A chance to rebuild. We entered into Jasmine's sacred space, and she looked very peaceful and content. Jasmine, thank you for joining and sharing with us today.
No problem. Thank you.
You found Reprieve how?
Well, my job, I work downstairs at King of Cash, Signature Loans, and I was transferred here. And Miss Q introduced herself to me. Everyone in the building introduced themselves to me and their business as well. So I introduced myself as well. So she told me a little bit about it. We were just in passing. So I figured, okay, well, let me try out Miss Q. So one day I just walked upstairs, and she already had an event here, and it went there.
It went there. Where did it go for you?
Awakening, opening. My mom and I wanted somewhere to just be ourselves, because it's not.
Why not your bedroom? Why not your back porch? Why not the park?
Well,
why Reprieve?
It's busy. It's busy at home. I live with my parents and my two brothers. So there's 5 people, including a dog, in my house. So regardless if I were to go in my room or go in the basement, there's still the atmosphere and the environment to do something. Something's always happening. or something would distract me from doing what I mainly supposed to be doing.
Which is what?
Which is sometimes just having a little time to myself, meditating, painting, drawing. I'm an artist as well. And just watching TV, a person will walk in my room or knock at my door or...
So your environment...
Yeah. So...
was a distraction.
Exactly.
To the you time.
Exactly.
So who does Jasmine get to become when she comes to Reprieve?
Just Jasmine. Just Jasmine. And what I've gained from coming to Reprieve, I'm not afraid. I'm 28 years old.
You better not be. I would throw you down the steps for that 20-something. Girl, please. 20s. That's good stuff right there. Touch me. Give me some 20 skin. Girl, please.
You don't look your age either.
46, baby. 46. Half a hundred almost. Yep.
Beautiful.
Right? It's stuff like this.
That's great.
Right, baby girl? I see you. Right?
So
I'm sorry. I digress.
That's fine. That being said, I graduated and I took a year or two actually just work. I graduated with my associates at Florissant Valley Community College. So I've sought wisdom in not only the Lord, but the women in my family and my friends too. But with just my mom and my grandmother, it wasn't enough.
Did you connect with women here?
Yes, I did. And I asked God to send me women that I can connect with.
You just said, were you in the prayer room with one of those requests? May I say?
In my own little prayer room at home, actually, in my living room. And my mom, she wanted to do the exact same thing too in her life. So
your mom now comes?
Oh, yes. Yep. She comes and she finally, there's healing and I see my mom back because now that we're grown, she's already took in that mother caretaker. Now that we're grown, she was at a stage in her life like, okay, well, what am I doing now? Finding who she is. And I was finding who I am in a different stage of my life too, now that I graduated and wanting to know what to do, as far as my life is concerned with career and being the woman that I know that God wants me to be.
So that clarity has come.
Yes.
I'd like you to invite the woman that's listening very closely right now to how wonderful it sounds that this has been in your life.
Oh, well, definitely. Women out there that you're around your friends and you're around the atmosphere, but you know that it's not your atmosphere that you want to be around or be with. You know that it's a greater power to be around and a greater atmosphere to be around. You know that you're better than that because of your upbringing and your morals, and do not be afraid of the morals that your parents instilled in you. Always stand for that. And just the person that is in a phase in this life where you don't know where to turn to or where to go, or don't have that woman foundation, that strong woman influence foundation to be yourself. Women's Reprieve, whatever type of age you are, this is the place. This is definitely the place to just be yourself and not be ashamed of, because I'm a Christian base. My parents raised me up, not only in the church, but knowing God and having that personal relationship. And I fought so long, and I'm wondering why. What's wrong with me? Why are my friends not getting what I'm telling them that my parents instilled in me and what I value? I respect them. They respect me, but the world atmosphere, not getting and not understanding and being yourself. Reprieve helped me so much to stand my ground on being the woman that I've become and not taking back on what I've said and being so beautiful and accepted of that and the beauty of that too. It's been such a blessing. And whatever area you're in your life, God will fulfill it, because I've been praying and God has really, really helped me with Reprieve. Definitely. Sure. Well, they helped me.
Blessing for you. Confidence, clarity, and comfort.
Definitely.
That's powerful. Thank you, Jasmine.
No problem. Thank you.
And I wanted to share this with you. I had a client, and she's been pretty busy lately, but her purpose was for Reprieve was to just use our prayer room. Mm-hmm. She used to come here every Wednesday.
So she can pray.
Just so she can pray.
That. So how does one become a member?
Okay, actually, of course, we can be found at reprievewellness.org. Mm-hmm. I do have a website.
You're a nonprofit.
We are a nonprofit organization.
That speaks volumes.
Yes. Actually, a member, Reprieve has more than one side to. We are a nonprofit, first of all. Okay. Now, we do have a $37 a month membership. No contracts or anything, but that's because you're getting that massage. Okay. So there's a $37 a month charge or donation, if you will, which allots you one massage a month, and you can come up to Reprieve for 30 days, utilize it as for the full month.
What are the hours?
Currently, we're open from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m.
After work?
After work. We're open on Mondays and Fridays from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have 2 volunteers who come up here for that. I did have a Wednesday day. We're going to incorporate that because there's women who work from 11 to 7. So the more we grow and get recognized here in the city of St. Louis, the more we can offer more hours. But right now it's Monday and Fridays. Again, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., then every evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Are there weekend hours?
Yes, often we have events going on up here.
And then we can also host an event or bring a group of friends here.
Definitely.
Strictly for women.
Strictly for women. We are not saying the men can't come, but it is for women. Okay,
Good luck getting them past this door.
But you
Let
know
me be a gatekeeper.
It is designed for women.
Who should be here? Who should come?
Oh, man, the career woman, the mother of many, the single woman, the divorced woman. Oh, and the list just goes on. The battered woman. It's a place for women to regroup. Women, all women of all walks of life who needs to regroup, restore, and renew themselves in some area of their life. This is the place to do it at Reprieve.
This is a beautiful creation. What do you hope for the women that get to become members? What do you hope for the women that are a part of Reprieve?
Thank you for asking that. I hope that they'll become more empowered, that we become better women, better wives, better leaders from the inside out. That's so important. And if you don't mind me saying, I think a lot of times that's why our divorce rate is also so high. Okay. We women, we are all things to all people, but we're not taking time out for ourselves so that we can be a better person to our family, to our mate, to our community. So I'm hoping that Reprieve will help empower women to find that balance that they need so that we can be the queens that we really are. We're supposed to be gentle, mild, and mannered to women.
And we can be. If we're giving from a place of overflow.
Exactly.
As opposed to our reserves.
Exactly.
And how awesome for you to create Reprieve for that reserve. Yes. I want to thank you so much for joining us today and sharing this journey with our listeners. And we're just going to wrap up. But if there's anything that you would like to share with a woman who's listening today, this is a chance to do so.
Well, thank you. I would list.
Speak to her directly.
Please come by Reprieve. Your haven awaits. It's just as close as you giving me a call, 314-382-5488. Or you can visit us on our website at www.reprievewellness.org. And it tells you a little bit more about us. Your haven awaits. It's your turn. It's your time.
I love that. What a beautiful commitment. Thank you, Culeta.
Thank you.
Culeta Hendricks with Reprieve Women's Wellness Center. And we want to just thank everybody for joining us for another episode of Alive and Well STL. And if we sound mellow, it's because we are stress-free and feeling grand. For more information about today's program and to become involved in Alive and Well STL1, share with someone about Reprieve and visit us online at aliveandwellstl.com. We'll be back again soon, and we just thank you all for listening.
Thank you for having us and coming.
We're excited to have you join us with the Alive and Well STL movement. Alive and Well STL is now a community-wide effort focused on reducing the impact of stress and trauma on our health and well-being. The research is clear. Stress and traumatic experiences are making many of us sick, and together are the leading cause of poor health outcomes. Take 5. Visit us at aliveandwellstl.com to find out where you are emotionally. Become an ambassador. Reach out and help build a supportive community. Learn resiliency skills. Get the help you need. Share your stories. Hear others. And learn more about stress and how it affects us. That's aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well STL is another positive production of Rare Gem Productions. Thanks for listening.